Okay, Tulane here in this one, going up against Memphis and Tulane with a. This is a big game, man. This is a big game. It probably isn't the big game. It stands to be a pretty big game right now. I guess there's going to be more big AAC games down the line a little bit, but just considering the top of the standings right now and the teams having good records, I've got to consider this a pretty significant game in this conference. Get the cheat sheet over here. I'm in a cramped cramped quarters here. I'm sorry I'm in your face. That's the last thing you probably want. Tulane, with their 4-1 record, comes in. They won their only road game so far this season, a 21-3 victory as an 8-point favorite over Southern Mississippi. Uh, for Tulane, they're 5-2 against the spread as a road favorite, and Fritz has also been good in his stop 12-5 against the spread as a road favorite. And Tulane's been real great in the AAC since Fritz came there. They're 35-23 against the spread in conference. But they are going up against a Memphis team here that, they certainly know how to put points on the board. They're averaging, probably what, 31 and a half, 32 points per game. I'm just looking at the log. I don't have I could add it up in my head, I guess. But 37, 28. Pardon me, 38, 27, 35. So they have given up some yards too this season, but maybe they can reel it in here a little bit against Tulane. I mean, after all, they are a home underdog here, and I don't know. I'd give Memphis a pretty big shot here to win. Uh, let's see here in the comments. I did see already Memphis. Oh, Blake was, he's our Tennessee correspondent. He wants Memphis here. Showing 4.5, but actually, let's see if there's some fives. Yeah, I mean, I should probably update the line, but again, I'm always like to give myself the worst line possible. So I'm going to take Memphis in this game. Blake and I, right? Maybe I'm going to practice a consensus here today. I don't know if we're going to release it, but I did get approval from the home office, and what we'll have is, similar to what we had before with my previous partner, but you guys are my partner now. So I think what it's going to be is if it's like a unanimous pick with me in the chat, I think it's going to go down as one of our premium consensus. And then I'm not, sharing the profits with you. I am, right? So if we win, we are sharing the profits, and that hopefully is going to be the motivation for you guys to participate. You already give me your picks, and that'll be probably the Morning Steam Select product that I was trying to describe yesterday. And then we'll repackage them and sell them. And then if we end up with a good record, we'll look at what we'll be able to do there is every day when we look at the handicapper leaderboards, what we'll be seeing is the morning steam, much like we did with Mindy and I, and when it was our picks, and we'd say, "Look how good we're doing," on the show with our. But here, it's going to be, "Look how good you and I are doing against the rest of the handicappers." Howard, love you. Hey, this is old school. If I wish we had my buddy in here, one of my buddies that have come in, but we always used to go with the old Hollywood. Remember W.C. Fields, right? You'd say, "Hey, you burp, hey, you burp." It's kind of like baby, "Hey, you burp." So thank you, Howard. Nice to have you here. I knew when you were saying "Good morning, my babies," and again, like I said, the famous poker announcer that still says that on every show. Hello, my babies. But I knew you were talking to both Mindy and I. So thanks for still hanging around here. Anyways, Memphis hasn't been terrific actually so far in the conference here. They're just 9-16 in their last 25 against the spread in conference. Solo, I think, let me get all these in here on this game. This is great. Okay, so this maybe wouldn't be a premium here because Solo likes Tulane. I'm giving out Memphis. Solo and I got the challenge together. Might be tough, we're trying to rebuild our audience a little bit. I know everyone, some, we're loyal to Mindy, whatever, and they're going over, but we've got enough. And if it gets too many, we'll never have a consensus. So that's kind of what we've got to weigh here and how we're going to do that. But let's take a look. Tulane here, -4.5. Tulane team total over, and the game to go over as well. I will say this about that total. It's gone over in 3 of the last 4 meetings. Oh, also Pratt here over 234 yards passing. So Memphis 4-1 as a home dog against the spread of late, and since Silverfields have been in here. So I'm going to roll with a little bit of a home dog here, especially at the increased price, and take the points. But respect to Solo, who actually gives me a little stat to boost my position a little bit, but still. And the total definitely, so talking about Solo there, kind of moving on the total over in the game, definitely the best price. When we were on that show, I think it opened 56.5. It did touch 57.5, and now, though, all the way down here, it looks like to 54. Let me actually, since it is Solo's pick to go over, I'll leave it at that. But I do see right now 55 at BOL, 55 bet you at South Point, 55.5. So this one's going up a little bit here this morning, or I don't know, but it's gone up a little bit. Tulane has lost its last 8 games at Memphis. That's a pretty big sample size. However, well over, uh, close to 2 decades, I believe, of results on that. And yeah, Solo said, "I home team has won 4 straight, at least, right? Is it 4 or is it more? I didn't look back all of them actually, Solo. So you probably have it right. I usually although for me, like we say in college football, like you know, some right. So like if a home team won eight straight trips, 2 year, 20 years. I mean, well, is that anything? But college football is kind of like that thing where the programs are the same and the names on the back, right? You don't get like, uh, if you get one of those ultimate game changing superstars, I mean, that puts you in a different category. Other than that, it's just changing the names on the back of the jerseys, and you figure programs are getting the same type of recruits or fitting in the same type of roles for the most part year after year. Um, yeah, teams go up and down, but there are different rivalries and whatnot. So, okay, thanks a lot, you guys, for that one. Let's move on and